Hello, hello.
What is up, everyone?
Welcome to our fourth episode of this podcast. I'm Sheila.
And I'm Ruel, and welcome to
Welcome to the
the
CommoNurse
CommoNurse
podcast.
Podcast. Char, marag mga pro.
Ginakilig ko.
Settle.
Settle down. So the boys are saying hi to you guys. I've got Wada here and Hero here as well. So they're quite tired, so that's good.
They're always going to be here, by the way.
Yes.
So there's always going to be challenges along the way while shooting our episodes.
Exactly right. And apologies for my voice because I'm not really 100%. But
Yep.
you know what? Show up and then I'm here. I'm showing up and I'm going to do this podcast. How are you, baby? How's work
very
today?
well, as always. Work is inspiring.
Inspiring. Wow.
It's inspiring me
Just
to
a couple of days ago, you told me it was sad.
inspire
now
me to
inspiring.
earn more money.
There you go. Because I called in sick, so he needs to earn more money than me. By the way, guys, how are you guys going? Please let us know in the comments below if you watch our episodes and let us know how you feel about our episodes and basically just let us know how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can point us things to improve on.
Yep.
Or any just constructive criticisms, really.
Yeah, we would really appreciate that one.
All right, so moving on. So our topic for tonight is quite personal. Just a bit of a disclaimer before we start. For everyone who's just joined us in this podcast, we're actually me and Sheila. We're husband and wife. We're whatever the term is. We are
We're a couple.
No. We're immigrant nurses originally from the Philippines.
Yes.
And what we'll
Filipinos
be
represent.
discussing tonight is basically a journey on how
We became a nurse here in Australia.
how we made it, basically.
Ooh! And shameless plug again. If you haven't watched my vlog, please follow it and subscribe.
Making it in Australia.
Making it in Australia because we're still making it. I always
It's
say
a continuous
this to you.
process.
Yeah, I always say this to you. I don't think we've made it yet. So we're still making it in Australia. That's why it's part of our daily.
Ma, aral ako di.
Oh, Ma, look at me now. Look at me now. It's a funny story though because in my vlogs you can see my journey, my bits and pieces about becoming. Hang on. I told you shameless vlog. So my journey, our personal journey as well, our day-to-day life, my nursing life. I don't include his, but as much as I can, I try to stay away from being my nurse's life. I try to be on the positive side. So if you can follow, like, and subscribe and share to your friends, that would be greatly appreciated.
But
now-
first of all, follow this podcast first. Or this
Exactly
channel.
right. And download this podcast so you can, hopefully we can inspire you. I think that's the goal.
Okay.
Like with everything that we're going through, that's our goal.
Yeah.
Isn't it? To inspire people. So anyway, going back, what's the topic, lovely?
So our topic is basically our nursing journey. So how we started, where we started,
And where we're going.
yeah.
Looks like we don't believe it where we're going.
All right. So to kick off, do you want to share to them how did you start your journey here in Australia?
Oh my gosh. We both started as students. So personally, guys, why I decided to become a student, because I was the first one who actually decided to study nursing here in Australia before Ruel, before I convinced Ruel. So the decision was made because I was here before and I did take up a certificate, and I felt like there's no pathway.
Do you want to tell them what a certificate means?
There's different
like
courses.
A TESDA course in the Philippines equivalent.
Yes, it's
Safe to say?
equivalent to TESDA course, or actually it's not in the university. It's in a college. If you're talking about It's a 2-year vocational
Vocational,
course.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's not Testa. It's not the
That's
called
a term.
Testa before.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's vocational course, guys. So specifically, I took up certificate 3 in aged care. It um it opened up some opportunities for me to work as assistant in nursing in the aged care industry, or looking after elderly people. But after that one, I felt like it's like, because I've been here in Australia for just 10 months during that certificate, and I didn't see any pathway for me going forward. I had
Pathway
opportunity.
to stay here permanently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like going forward, like becoming a nurse. I had opportunities to I can study nursing as a bachelor's in university, but that didn't happen because of the time constraint, the schedule. You know what I mean? Because of the
Yeah.
intake. So I decided to go back to the Philippines and then stay there for 3 years.
And voila, we met each other.
There you go. We're gonna talk about our love story next time. If someone's interested, just please comment down below. But yeah, I stayed in the Philippines for 3 years and then spent time with my family and met my now husband, and decided to come back and pursue my nursing degree here. I guess first and foremost, why do you think we pursue something that's so personal?
What do you mean pursue something so personal?
Like, because going back in the Philippines, you know me. Like, we have a business. I am actually managing the business, and then I pursued something personal that is me, that I know that can help me.
Well, I think
It's a trick question.
That's a topic for
Another
Yeah, a
time.
different episode.
Yep. But going back, so I decided to take up a bachelor's degree in uni and applied to 2 universities. Would you look at that? First was Griffith University in Queensland, and the second one was the University of Canberra, which I think it's a destiny thing.
It's a blessing in disguise.
It's a blessing in disguise because when I applied in Griffith, they want me to do a 3-year course, and that's a lot of money. It's so expensive, guys. We'll talk more about expenses next time. But yeah, when UC offered me a 1-year conversion program, that's when I said, "Ma, this is it." Because I still have to ask my parents for support financially, so I had to.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. It's
I can't really do it, guys. So
it's like a 4-year
4-year worth
of Philippine
money.
Yeah, tuition.
Yeah. So yeah, I pursued the first the conversion program here at UC.
Per semester.
No. What's that?
No, like your per semester in here. Was it almost like the equivalent to like a full college degree in the Philippines?
Yeah, exactly. Our first semester is so expensive. So every semester is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it increases every semester. So going back, so we're being sidetracked now. Going back, so I pursued that 1-year conversion program, and I came to Australia first as a student, and then Roel joined me around February when everything is already starting. Like uni is already starting.
Like I wasn't initially planning to, or I didn't have any plans at all to try Australia.
Yes.
To be honest, like I was only looking forward to like do my 3-year experience of nursing in the Philippines and then try my luck somewhere in the Middle East after that time.
Yeah.
Before I met you. That was
he was so sure about his plan, and then it was like,
then
oh
Sheila
my god,
came along.
I'm getting like a lot of money because there's less tax in the Middle East. No tax actually.
I don't know if that's true though. Is it?
Oh, comment down below. Yeah, comment down below, and their friends in the Middle East, if you're working, can you please let us know if there's no taxes, or like it's a full.
Like it's never too late. We can still go there.
True. It's a full paid nurse's salary, and there's no tax. It's free accommodation. Well, that's what I've been told because I also applied for Middle East.
Free accommodation?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure about
free
that.
accommodation and ride too. They pick you up and then send you to the hospital and back and forth. So I was about to go, and then my mom didn't want me to go. So anyways, I persuade Roel to join me here. Persuaded.
Persuading.
What does that mean?
It means like our first wedding here in
Yeah.
Australia.
Here in Australia.
Persuading.
Persuading.
And then I
Ang
married you
corny.
again in the Philippines. That's our second wedding.
Yeah, ang second wedding. Oh my God, ang so corny. Anyway, ang corny talaga. So actually,
Sorry guys.
Australia is a plan B for him. And then we took up the same course.
Like it was never even like a well, it was never even part of the picture.
Yeah, no.
Because if not in the Middle East, then I'll like suntok sa buwan try my luck
Yes.
applying to the United States.
Yeah, yeah. I think he has different plans than me. But look, again, sinasabi ko to sa mga friends ko, pag mahal ka, susundan ka.
Mhm.
Kinilig ako doon. Charing. What does that mean, guys, to our Australian friends and to our English friends? If you love someone, you have to follow them. Yeah. Or pursue them. You know. Anyway,
Okay, we're getting really
yeah,
sidetracked.
really
now.
sidetracked. So
Yeah.
we started as students, and then tell me, how was your experience?
Oh, it
becoming a
was
student here?
horrible. So as you mentioned,
Horrible.
yeah,
Okay.
as you mentioned earlier, I joined really late.
Mhm.
So because my visa arrived like the weekend before the final cutoff day.
Yep.
So I think Monday was the last day that I can join that semester, and then it was already Saturday, and I still didn't have my visa.
Yeah, and
And
mine.
most of none of my immediate family were at home because they were in their meetings or
Yeah, they've got different activities.
yeah, different activities.
So they're caught up somewhere else.
And the night before that, I was playing basketball, and then we were already drinking, me and my friends, because I was already so upset that there's no chance that I'm going anymore because it was past office hours. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get a visa to Australia on a weekend. So that was, but I was already packed, like just in case.
It was really emotionally tormenting for us, hey?
Oh, for
Like-
me especially.
Yeah, yeah. But we kept talking over the phone, and we're already crying because like there's no chance. It's already Saturday, and he was given
It's
like
not like it was the end of it. Like there was still the second semester, but like I just hate
like
waiting.
we
Yeah.
wanted to start. Yeah, we
Yeah,
wanted to
let's
start together.
yeah.
But it's also like there's just no chance anymore because it's already this Saturday, and he was told by the university that if he hasn't arrived by the 21st, which
yeah.
is a Monday of that February
Like, forget
2016,
about it. You can join us next semester.
yeah, so he won't be allowed to join in. And mind you guys, that's not the end of it. Well, you tell them the story.
Yeah. So the following day after I got drunk, so
After you got drunk.
yeah, so it was
Okay.
already Saturday, and then what did I do? Yeah, I got a phone
It was
call.
afternoon. It was
I
in the
slept
afternoon.
in. No, I
You
slept
slept
in.
in, and then
It was
the phone-
midday.
Yeah, the phone call was in the afternoon. I think 1:00.
Yeah, lunch. Yeah, around
Yeah.
lunchtime. And then I was like, I wasn't sure how to react when I got that phone call. I was like, is this actually real? But it sounded super legit
What was the phone call?
from the Australian embassy.
What did they say? You have to
saying-
tell them what did they say.
That my visa was granted and that I can go to Australia. Sorry, I have to burp quickly. So that was it. So I didn't have a ticket. The last flight from General Santos to Manila was at 4 p.m., 4:30ish.
PM. Yep.
So we had to scramble around. My mom was actually in Manila at that time, so
No one really is
no one
able
was
to
there.
help him.
No one
Yeah.
was there. Well, Tito Ray was there to drive me to the airport, but then was it Mama who figured out how can I get a ticket?
I think so.
Yeah. So she called in favors, and then eventually Tito Ray took me to the airport, and then I think was a trans passenger or something.
I think so. Chance
passenger.
passenger. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he paid more for his luggages.
Yeah,
compared to
'cause
his-
actually the airline was quite strict. You're not allowed to check in or add additional luggages within like less than 4 hours of your intended international flight.
Yeah.
So arrive in Manila probably 3 hours before the actual flight to Sydney.
Yep.
So they had to measure my luggage
Weigh.
to weigh my luggage
Yep.
per kilo. So I ended up paying like more than the price of my plane ticket going here.
It was so expensive,
Yeah.
guys. Oh my god! But
It was all worth it. Like
yeah.
looking back.
Mm,
But then yeah, it was a hell of an experience.
yes.
And so when I got there, like I can't even message anyone because everything was happening so quick. And then once I got to the pre-departure area, that was the only time that I was sending messages to everyone, like, "Hey, I'm ready here. Like, I'm ready to go. It's like I'm gonna miss you all." So yeah, was it?
It was a really emotional experience, even for me, because you were
Was it
about
like you weren't even there to pick me up?
because I went to church. I was thanking God for the favor that the visa came in maybe a bit late, but it still came in and came through, that he was able to come to Australia like without any problems. So for me as a student, like back then, coming into Australia or coming to a different country is very, like, for me it's scary, because I don't know if I'm gonna get hold up in the terminal or in the airport,
At
like
the immigration.
at the immigration, and then tell you, oh, you know what, your visa is not valid, you have to go home. That is so scary for me, because looking back, I don't have any money. I don't have the means to go back and then just start a new chapter in my life. So
Yeah.
I don't have a
The-
choice.
Imagine how I felt. Like I literally didn't have my.
exactly.
'Cause
Exactly
the
my
last
point.
cash that I had was, or that was given to me by my mom's friend, all went to the luggage.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
He doesn't have any money. So it was like a roller coaster of emotion, a very happy mixed and like
Like just
a
like,
grateful,
yeah,
well, a hell of a journey,
yeah.
but again, it's worth it. Like I'm very nostalgic at this point, to be honest. Yeah.
So moving on. So I got to arrive in Sydney. Took a bus to Canberra.
Yeah. I bought him that ticket, guys. Mind you. Kahit na hindi ko siya sinundo.
So all right, first day of school. So Monday, the 22nd,
21st.
21st. Okay.
Yep. of Feb.
So I was trying to enroll my subjects. I was trying to ask permission if they'll still take me. And then there's this one. What do you call them again? Teachers, lecturers?
Counselors or
No,
what?
I don't think so. No,
Instructors?
maybe yeah,
Yeah.
but the equivalent of a teacher in the Philippines. So I was enrolling this subject, and she basically told me, I was like, what are you trying to do? I was like, there's zero chance that you're gonna pass this subject if you enroll it today. She said that bluntly in my face, and like I don't know how to react to that message that she just conveyed.
Yeah.
So I just took a step back and tried to internalize what she just said, and then I said,
You tried to compose yourself
Yeah.
because you just had a long flight, and then this
I just
lady
had
is trying
yeah.
to discourage you.
Yeah, she was trying to tell me like it's too late. Like
Yeah, in your face,
yeah,
hey?
in my face. Like yeah, without even hesitating of telling me
Yeah.
that. I was with Paula at that time. She was helping me enroll my courses.
Yes.
So she was walking
And
me
you were
around.
with Charlie, the other
Yeah,
lady
yeah,
who
the other
started
lady.
late.
Yep, started
yeah.
late. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them were told off that, hey,
Mm.
I don't think you can pass, and you've been a bit late. The semester already started.
Yeah,
Blah blah blah.
like,
Because
there's
we
zero
attended
chance of
the
you passing.
we
So-
attended the orientation, and
And she
we.
literally told me you can fly back overseas. And
She
just,
did?
Yeah, she did.
Oh my god, I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
god,
pretty sure she did tell us
that
you can
is so bad.
you can just go back and join us next semester. I was like,
Nope,
after what
that's
I've
not an
been through,
option.
like that's not an option.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
Eventually I did pass.
Sorry,
not,
miss.
Not with flying colors, but I don't take
I don't
failure
care.
as an option.
Exactly.
I can't afford
But,
it. It was too expensive.
Sorry, miss. He proved you wrong.
I was like, this is for you. anyway, but she actually served as a motivation throughout
someone
that.
challenged you.
Yeah.
I think someone pushed you, like literally pushed you
I was like, you guys
with their
are kidding me.
words. Yeah, they underestimated you, and they didn't know how resilient and how strong Filipinos are.
Strong-willed.
Strong-willed, yes, because we don't have a choice. Like that's one thing I think I'm proud of being as an immigrant, because we don't have a choice. We came to a country that will actually give us greener pastures, and that has always been the goal. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you're also an immigrant everywhere in the world, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're a nurse or whatever your job may be, um, tell me if the money and the greener pastures is not your motivation to actually succeed.
Well, coming from a third world country, that would be, well, at least at the top of your
Goal.
reasons as to why you're moving out.
Yes.
And yeah,
You
look
don't.
for opportunities elsewhere.
We always say this. We don't have a choice but to succeed, to prove people who are doubting us
It's
wrong.
not that you don't have a choice. Like, failing is not an option.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Failing is an option, and also you want as well for your life to have a bigger meaning. Okay. And yeah, it's a really fun for me. It's fun because that's when we met our friends,
Yeah.
and hopefully you're gonna meet them guys here in the podcast.
Who, the whole UC crew?
Yes, UC crew represent.
Shout out
To our UC crew.
Yeah,
I miss you guys so
you
much.
know who you are.
Yes. And we're hoping to invite you to the podcast. I already told Tony and I earlier because
You wanna name them all?
yes.
Or did you actually show them the?
Yeah,
studio?
I showed them the studio, and they were like, "Oh, excited! That's nice. This is so nice." I'm like, "Yeah, it's high tech and everything. Oh my gosh!" But just no space in here just yet. But we'll make it work. So shout out to as I mentioned, Ivy and Tony, Tara and John, Ati
Make
Jen,
sure you mention everyone when you're doing that.
Ati Jen and Kuya Neil, and Isha, and also BBL, and of course
Keep
Zen
going.
and Luke.
Keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna mention Paula, Stool, Stool. What? I'm gonna edit that one. Stu, Paula, Stu, Apple, and
Jag.
Jug.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So our journey wasn't. It's not easy, but it was a
Definitely
very
memorable,
fun,
yeah.
fun, memorable one. It's still my favorite photo, the one that we're complete. But yeah, thank you guys for the opportunity to learn with you and to.
Yeah, definitely. Without them, it wouldn't be
Oh
like
my god,
a
uni
memorable
sucked.
journey. Yeah.
Uni would suck without them. Like they were so.
Uni in general
So I'm not
sucks.
the only one. Yes.
Apart from you making friends, like if not for them, like uni would
Exactly.
been literally meant nothing.
Yep. Because we shared everything, like the fun times, the sad times, my failure times.
Oh, before you move on, so I'm gonna cut it off on that one. Like from my experience, that was the only one that stood out.
Yep.
The travel and then the first day of uni.
Yes.
The rest were just so.
You know. Well, it's part of it. Like you were challenged and then you finished uni, but unfortunately for me, my uni experience wasn't all that great, bright, and happy. Of course, I developed the friends that I have, the UC crew, and I've met them, and you know how friendly I am. So but the
Miss Congeniality.
yes, you could say that. Anyway, the biggest challenge for me was, I failed. So we failed the first semester. Oh no, second semester was it?
Can't remember. Was it?
Yeah, I think the second semester for the
One of your major subjects.
yeah,
basically.
one of my major
Nursing
subjects.
subject. Yeah.
Or maybe it's the first semester. I can't remember. Oh my god.
I don't know.
I tried to forget. So me and Tara actually failed during the return demonstration, and I don't know what it's called now.
Oski
Yeah.
still.
Oscar, yeah. But we failed during the return demonstration because I don't know. It's also part of it was like I'm overconfident that I've done it before. Like I've given medications before, but the fact that you are being graded during your performance and how you would handle it in an environment that is you're speaking in English, you're trying to explain yourself in a language that's also new to you.
Well, it's not new to you. It's just
It's not really
your
new,
first
but
language.
not my first language, but I'm not fluent just yet. Like I don't know what would the instructors would want me to say.
Yeah.
Like
Like
there's
direct equivalent of what your native language is.
exactly because you as English as my second or third language, I would still process it as how I would translate it
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
mind. So I think that's one of the reasons why I failed. I was overconfident. So it definitely put me in my place, like, hey, you should actually stop, reflect on this one. And then it gave me an opportunity to actually say, hey, I was told uni was easy, but it's not.
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is that I'm lucky.
Yeah, I think you guys are lucky. So for us, you were not really lucky, me and Tara, but you know what? Failure will only make you stronger. Although we added another year,
Was it another
another
year
no,
or
another
another semester?
semester, into our course, but the fact that we can focus on that last major subject for the last semester that
Mm,
we have is a really, I think it was for me, I'm just taking it slow,
mm.
and I am able to manage like work life balance. So I think that was the biggest challenge, and I'm glad that I got to spend it with my bestie Tara.
Mm.
Like we were in for the journey and
Spell journey.
journey journey Dior
Ay, ibang
ni
klase.
social yarn. And I got to spend it with her, and it was a fun and memorable one.
Mm.
I had the opportunity to make a difference. I had experience being a president of the UC Philsoc. Would you be so proud, Nako?
Mm-hmm.
Made a lot of advocacies in there. Our
Wow.
first, yeah, remember our first blood donation. And I would like to give a shout out to our friends who actually helped during those times. It was a really a nice activity to do as friends, and to be able to save lives and help during that blood donation. So
Mm-hmm.
I commend you guys. Thank you so much. And still being part of Red Cross is really great for me. Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm hoping that to the people who's listening to this, I hope you guys would have the opportunity to help save lives as well. If you can donate blood at Red Cross, that would be really, really helpful. So I would like to encourage you. All right. Oh
This,
my God.
this is actually really long now. It's actually 27 minutes in.
Exactly.
And we're still in
I think
uni
we should.
days.
I think we
Yeah,
should give it a
we'll split
part
it. We'll
two.
we'll split it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll stick to our uni days. Another thing that stood out for me during that year was when we were doing what's the equivalent of it in the Philippines?
What was that?
Your OJT, like your placement, student
Placement.
placement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the equivalent of OJT in the Philippines. So there was this last placement slot on your last year where you have to do
7 weeks
weeks straight
straight.
of um hospital duty.
Yeah.
And
Or wherever department you were assigned with. So you
yeah.
have to do like a 7 week of placement.
Mm.
Um
So
and
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's an OJT, like no pay. You're basically working as a nurse without any pay.
Yeah.
But you're still getting supervised by an actual nurse who is
Alright.
registered.
You just have to work within your scope. So
Yeah.
if you want us to expound more on like how being a
Mm.
student in Australia is, and like to try to share our stories as well with becoming to placement,
Mm.
student nursing, this and that challenges. So please put it in the comments down below.
So
Well,
while doing that, so as a student, I'm not sure if we've mentioned in our previous podcast that you can work here while you are a student, but you're only limited to 20 hours per fortnight, which
yeah.
is 2
Well,
weeks.
that's is prior to the new visa that was sent
Back then. This
back
was
then,
like way back 2016.
2016. Yeah.
Mm,
But I think now they can work full time.
I'm not sure about that, but
I think
anyway,
so, because I think that's under their visa
provision.
yeah, provisions for this recent years because
Of
of
the
the
pandemic.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, back then we were only limited to 20 hours, and mind you guys, it's
As a student, yeah, it's hard.
We,
Full time student. and
full time
then-
student and also working student. So technically, guys, when we came to Australia, we are changed into working students. I just want to. Do you want me to expound on this?
No, not really.
Not really. Yeah.
So yeah, you're allowed to work 20 hours a fortnight, but that's well, legally you're only allowed to work 20 hours
Yep.
a fortnight, but you can do some side hustle
Yep.
that are you can always work cash on hand.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on say English is about
It depends on like your deal, like what's the I don't know. It depends on your employer.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
how would
If you can
you?
strike a deal where he's happy to pay you
Yep. Cash on hand.
cash on
Yep.
hand.
But we didn't really do a lot of cash on hands, right? I had two jobs and you
No,
have
I didn't. Yeah,
two.
I took the risk and actually worked my ass off while I was
Yes.
doing full
Yeah.
time study. Anyway, so relating it back to the uni days when we were doing the 7 week placement, I actually had to do work in between, like on weekends or on Friday night if I'm doing a morning shift
Yep.
at the hospital. So I was my job was an assistant in nursing in one of the aged care facilities. So just to what's the term again? Mm,
What's that man?
To make ends meet. Is that the
Yeah.
proper term for it?
Yeah. Just to make
Yeah.
ends meet.
So just to
Just to
have
get
some money to pay
Yeah.
rent, to buy grocery,
Yep.
and for fuel,
Yep.
petrol.
Hashtag student life is hard.
So I would make sure that on Fridays, the last day of the week, I would do a morning so I can come to work for a night shift in an aged care facility, and then the following
nights.
day
Yep.
do another actually a double shift
Mm-hmm.
just to
Make
come up
ends
with
meet.
enough money. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I ended
Just so
up
we still have,
working.
just so he still has a stream of income coming in, while he's still doing his placement
Mm.
as well. But I really want to commend this guy because that is nonstop, guys, for
So
the
it was
7 weeks
50 plus days of actually
just working
working, but
nonstop.
having 35 days of that not paid.
Yeah, exactly. But look, it's all worth it. Like you, look at you. You've come this far,
That's
and
Wata snoring, by the way.
yeah. But you've really proved yourself, and you've come this far. You have been really great with everything. So
Oh,
yeah, aren't you proud of yourself?
of course. No, just kidding. No, just looking back, like it makes you proud that you've been through like those experiences.
Yep. It's a
Yeah.
lot of it's a lot of downs, but also ups as well. Hey, a lot of downs in a way that a lot of struggles.
Mm.
Yeah, just to be able to reach where we are at the moment, guys. There's a lot
Like
of struggles.
just having to think about it back then, like
Mm.
that I have to work those many days straight.
A lot of tears that we've
Yeah.
cried, guys, because at times you just want to work and you just don't want to study, and you don't like, to be honest, it's so hard to juggle both. Like at one point I just want to stop studying and just want to start working and earning money for
Yeah.
myself. Like everything is not enough.
Mm.
That's all I can say. Everything is not enough.
Hang on, before you keep going there, was there anything else memorable during your student days in here?
A lot, a lot. Apart from the best friends that I've have and still have.
Mm.
Um the again, I mentioned the UC field sock being the president. I didn't want to do that anyway. But look, guys, I wasn't that really academically inclined or like really competitive when I was in college
I'm not
back
sure
in the
if my
Philippines.
feet is in frame. It's just really itchy at the moment. Sorry,
It
guys.
is. It is. So yeah, I wasn't really like really good in school back in in college back in the Philippines. But look, I was given the opportunity to be the president here, and I'm so glad that I believe I had the advocacy and then changed some lives. Well,
Balik-balik.
that's all
Move
I
on.
know.
Move on.
Okay. And apart from that, I think the whole experience itself, it's for me, it's very memorable. I wouldn't say it's everything that's fun because I cried a lot when I failed.
There
Remember?
was a moment where I was doing two jobs as a student. but the same assistant in nursing role. I was doing it in 2 facilities.
Yeah, and now I'm working 2 jobs as well.
Yeah, I know. Like there was a time where we were in the same facility together.
Yep.
It's like, how did you feel? It's like, did you like it that we're in the same facility? Like I wasn't a fan of it really.
No. So the first shift that we were on together, because I actually hooked him up to get into that facility because I knew someone. Oh my god.
It's just
So-
that I wasn't getting regular shifts in my.
I think we should maybe just cut it off. We'll just finish it with that during the first shift, and then we'll finish the whole thing, because I think it is getting too long.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You finish it.
But yeah, during that first shift, we were like being teased by everyone in there.
Which I don't get, because it's a professional environment.
It is.
Like-
And they were teasing like, oh, you guys work together because your boyfriend, girlfriend, blah, da 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 da. Like, I don't want to put this picture in their heads. Like, you know how Grey's Anatomy are? Have you no, it's still going. Like, you know how they go to one room and then they just make out. I don't want to do that because I'm professional. I don't do that. And even for me, it just bugs me why they kept insisting that we would work together. So I'm like, no, let's work professionally. And it's just bad. Like, I didn't want to do it. So I think that really didn't work out for us. Working together didn't work out for us. So he decided to...
Like, I was so tired of that facility, of how crappy it was. I just decided, like, one night I'm going to type in my resignation letter and just slide it in under the manager's door. And that was it.
Because regardless of we needed the money, guys, I think it's more of so like your mental health and your happiness also comes in mind, like your partner as well. Because if it's not really healthy for your relationship, I don't think you should continue working together. You know what I mean? Because there's like life and then work life. So you have to separate.
And like
things.
we're still gonna see each other
Exactly.
back at home. So like, what else are we gonna talk about? We're working in the same place. We're sleeping in the same bed. Like you know, those kind of experiences as an immigrant. So
yeah. I guess we should finish it.
How are we gonna finish this?
I don't know. So let's have a look. I think the second topic would be.
So we're still anyway. All right, guys. I guess this is too long, but we're still gonna continue shooting.
Part 2, yeah.
There will be a part 2 of this one. We'll just cut it off at the 38-minute mark.
Yep.
Thank you so much for listening.
Again, it's Sheila.
And I'm Ruel.
And this is the
CommoNurse podcast.
Bye.